Am I the asshole for telling my family that if I can't bring my newborn to my father's birthday, then they won't see my family again? I, 24 female, and my husband, 32, recently just welcomed our daughter into the world 4 months ago. My daughter was supposed to have a cousin that was a month older than her, but my brother, 30, and his wife, 31, unfortunately had a stillborn at 7 months. This was very hard for my brother and his wife because she had many miscarriages, and everyone thought this would be their rainbow baby. After the loss, they both grieved so much to the point my brother lost his job, and they ended up moving in with our parents. It was now expected of me to never talk about my pregnancy when I visited, and I was also expected to wear baggy clothes to hide my belly, which didn't do much because my brother and his wife were very cold to me whenever I visited. No, you're not the asshole. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, I understand that this is a very, very, very difficult time, and you guys are going through a heartbreak that people should never, ever have to deal with. But that does not mean I have to stop enjoying my pregnancy. The world is going to continue to spin. Time is going to continue to go on. If it is affecting you to the point that you hate every pregnant woman that you see, you need to go seek fucking help. How has it become everyone else's problem that you guys are suffering because of your loss? No, that is not how it works. This became worse when I gave birth, and my husband decided to post a typical photo of the baby's hand wrapped around the father's finger. It was adorable, and honestly, we were just stuck in the moment of finally having our daughter with us. My parents didn't come see my daughter at all because they were busy consoling my brother's wife after they saw my husband's post. Are you fucking kidding me? Get rid of him. Get rid of him. It did hurt, but I was lucky to have my husband and his whole family by my side. That is the only family you need to consider. That's it. That being said, my family hasn't seen my daughter, not once since she was born. Whenever they host dinners, it's expected that I leave my baby at home, and I'm banned from talking about her or the challenges that I face every day. I've been fed up with this arrangement since it started. Your daughter is 4 months old. 4 months. I mean, they've had damn near half a year to get used to the fact that this baby is here. She's fucking here. How long do they plan on pretending that the baby don't exist? She gonna be fucking 15 years old and they still gonna be banning you from family dinners? Girl, they've already made the decision for you. They have already made the decision that they don't want your baby in the family because it upsets some other sensitive motherfuckers. Go ahead and put your block list together, change that phone number, and just raise your baby and enjoy being a mom. Like, fuck them. My father's birthday is coming up, and everyone was talking about it in our family group chat. I decided to ask if I could bring my daughter. I wouldn't have asked shit. I would have just walked in the house with the baby on my motherfucking hip and walked like everything was normal, holding her like she was a motherfucking purse. Like, what y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? Tell me to get out? Okay, that's fine. Just know this is the last time you'll ever see my face. I wouldn't have told nobody shit. I'm not asking for permission to bring my child to her grandfather's birthday party. Maybe I'm just disrespectful like that, but definitely wouldn't have been asking nobody. I asked if I could bring my daughter because my husband wouldn't be able to watch her on that day because of work. I was, of course, hit with how they weren't ready, and I was selfish to bring it up, especially since they are still grieving. I calmly told them that it was hard that I can't talk to my own family about something so life-changing, and I was just expected to hide it, which resulted in me saying that they were the selfish ones. I ended up saying that I was done, and if my daughter wasn't allowed, then they would no longer be hearing from me because I was tired of accommodating them and getting nothing but loneliness in return. Now I've been getting messages from my parents that I was stressing my brother and his wife out, and I should be more mature, but they didn't seem to care when I was struggling. So am I the asshole? Y'all get one chance to guess who you think the favorite child is. Anybody? Girl, absolutely not. Like, you lasted about 5 months longer than I would have, because the moment they told me that I needed to cover my 6-month pregnant belly, I immediately would have cut contact, because it's not my fault that you guys are going through a really tough time. And I am so sorry that you guys are going through this type of heartbreak. But that does not change the fact that I'm experiencing something for the first time, and I have the right, I am entitled to enjoy it. You don't get to take that away from me. Like, what the fuck are they planning to do? Get mad at every pregnant bitch they see? It's the summertime. Come fucking September, all these hoes out here gonna be pregnant. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Be mad at every pregnant bitch you see? Like, no. No, your family needs fucking help. Your brother and his wife need therapy. They need help. They do. And your family cuddling them and making accommodations for them that are not healthy, they're not fucking helping. So you're better off without them. You really are. I would suggest that they get your brother and his wife some help and then change my number and not look back. Am I the asshole for only allowing my niece and nephews to stay with me and telling my sister and ex to find somewhere else to stay? Trigger warning for SA. My ex Vince and I were childhood sweethearts all the way through college. I really thought I would marry him when I was done with school. However, during my third year of college, I was SA'd at a party when I was heavily intoxicated. I can't remember who did it or how many were involved, and the perpetrators were never found. Obviously, I went into a deep depression and I struggled with a lot of anxiety. I couldn't leave my house without feeling like someone was gonna hurt me. At first, Vince was very supportive, but then he wasn't. I guess I didn't recover fast enough because a year later, I found him in bed with my sister, Melissa. She's the mother of the children and the ex that can't come? Absolutely not. You're not the asshole. Absolutely not. No, baby, no. I don't even know why y'all thought it was okay to call me and ask me if you could come over here. No, baby, not the babies could come all day. No, baby girl, you are not the asshole. Hell no. A year later, I found Vince in bed with my sister, Melissa. I was heartbroken. My world was truly falling apart. I didn't fight for our relationship or confront my sister. I broke up with him and cut off my sister and family as they supported Vince because he was going through a hard time, which was equally draining for me. It also didn't help when Melissa got pregnant. They wanted to move on and focus on their new family. That's fucked up. That is absolutely fucked up. This girl got SA'd in school and her boyfriend at the time cheated on her with her motherfucking sister, and the family thought it was okay because he was going through a tough time. Not their daughter, their sister, their cousin, their niece. No, her ex. They supported him because he was going through a tough time. Fuck everybody. Girl, nah, you not the asshole. After this, I became determined to be better than them. I finished my studies in aerospace engineering, and I got a good job soon after graduation. Years later, I'm married to the true love of my life, and I have 4 kids with another one on the way. Snaps for you. Snaps for OP. Girl, yes, I'm so proud of you. I am so fucking proud of you. I forgave my family when I heard my mom had gotten cancer, and I wanted to at least give her some peace before she passed away. I wouldn't say that I love any of them except for my nieces and nephews. My relationship with my sister is one of indifference. I'm not angry or bitter. I just don't care about her. Now, Melissa and Vince have recently lost their house. I'm not sure of the exact explanation, but I've heard that Vince has a gambling problem and would spend money that was supposed to go towards their mortgage on casinos. It led to the bank foreclosing on their home. Damn, sucks to suck, don't it? Sucks to fucking suck. They've been staying with our dad and his wife. As I said, I love my niece and nephews, 2 boys and 1 girl. I couldn't leave them stuck in a cramped space, far from their school and daily activities. I offered to house them. I guess they'd heard it like I'd take them all in, since I have a big spacious house, but I only want to take the children, not my sister or my ex. My father groaned and asked me if I still wasn't over it. Oh, I'm over it, but I have no kindness in my heart for your punk ass daughter and her bitch ass husband. None whatsoever. My niece and my nephews will forever be taken care of. But what I do not and will not ever fucking plan to spare is anything for them. Why should I? Why should I give a fuck where you guys end up when you didn't give a fuck about me? I'm not the person to kill you with kindness. Nope, I'm going to show you and make sure you understand and fucking feel exactly how I feel about you. Make no fucking mistakes, bitch. I don't like you and I never will. I said that I was, but that doesn't mean I want them in my home using my things. We had a fight and they said that I couldn't take the children. Who do I look like fighting for kids that aren't mine? I told them fine and left it alone. My father and his wife left me a nasty message after, and it makes me question if I'm wrong. Am I the asshole? Nope. You owe them absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You wanted to do something to help out your niece and your fucking nephews. And if they want to try to use it as, oh, we can come and stay with you, that's they motherfucking bad because you didn't say a goddamn fucking thing about bringing them into your house. You said you could house the children. Just because they misinterpreted don't make you an asshole. That makes them the assholes for not fucking listening to what the fuck you said. They bad. They're bad. They're fucking bad. I love the fact they tried to put up a fight. You can't take the kids, as if you were going to argue back. Okay. I'm going to go back to my big spacious house without all your motherfucking kids and my 4.5 motherfucking kids. See you later. Bye. Well, you should know that you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole. How you gonna let somebody who supported a cheater, a man who cheated on his fucking daughter and ended up with his other daughter, how you gonna let somebody who supports shit like that make you feel bad because you don't want them in your house? You have every right to not want them in your fucking house. You have every fucking right. Girl, nah, you're not doing anything fucking wrong. This is what the fuck he get for supporting those motherfuckers in the beginning anyway. You wanted to support him so bad, now look at him. All 5 of them in your motherfucking house. Continue to support your daughter and her ain't shit ass husband like you did back then when he fucked around on your other child. Continue to support them. I missed my best friend's funeral because my husband had a panic attack and I'm racked with guilt. My best friend died a long, drawn-out death. She was in a conscious but vegetative state for the last 6 months of her life, and in selfishness, I only saw her twice in those last 6 months. I guess it was too hard to see her like that. I feel like a bad friend, which only makes the situation even worse. My husband has major manic depressive episodes. We were trying to work on it with couples counseling, meditation, mindfulness, etc. It's up and down, but his mood has been especially worse leading up to this event. I was the driver on the way to the funeral. An argument started and he asked me to pull over and said that he would take an Uber home. Before I knew it, he was having a panic attack, thrashing in his seat, stomping on the floor, and slapping his face. I pulled over on the freeway, but he was yelling that I had to keep driving or we would be late. I tried to calm him down, but he was yelling and screaming and hitting himself, oscillating between how he wanted to die and how if we didn't go, he knew that I would resent him forever. He ran out of the car and down the freeway screaming. Now, I do not know much about major manic depressive episodes, and I have only had thankfully, about 4 panic attacks in my life. With that being said, this sounds more like a tantrum than a panic attack. I'm not saying that it's not a panic attack, but from what I know and my little bit of experience, it sounds a bit more like a tantrum and not like a panic attack. Once I got him back in the car, he was crying for his mommy and still saying that we needed to go to the funeral. Obviously, I couldn't go to the funeral with him like this. I called his mom and she said she would meet us back at the house. I took him home. He was panicking that I will hold this grudge against him forever, even though I assured him his mental health was my priority. I knew I was lying. His mom calmed him down, then left, and I took him to the doctors. Your husband needs more help than what you can give him. I know this is your husband, and you as his wife, you want to help him in any way that you can. Your husband needs a lot more help than what you can give him. I missed my best friend's funeral. I know I should have seen her more while she was still with us, and I know I should be supportive of my husband's mental well-being. Attending her funeral was supposed to be the least that I could do, and I missed it. I was a shitty friend in her last days and a shitty friend in her death. I'm eaten alive with guilt. The guilt is horrible. It's a horrible burning feeling in my heart, and it's consuming me. I lied to my friends and family about why I didn't make it to the funeral. I don't know why I lied. My husband finally agreed to go to his own individual therapy. All of that shit and this man ain't in fucking therapy? Okay, I'm sorry. That's so rude of me. My husband finally agreed to go to his own individual therapy. He started back up with practicing gratitude and exercising, probably with some other things too, but I don't even care anymore. He knows something is up, but I feel like I can't say what's going on because it would overwhelm him with guilt that he doesn't need. My mother-in-law called me and said, I know you're sad that you missed your friend's memorial, but she was probably your guardian angel that day, guiding you to help your husband. I just sat there and said nothing. Okay, so I don't want to come across as mean. I don't, because like I said in the beginning, I do not have a lot of experience with this, and I don't know much about manic panic attack episodes. What did she call them? major manic depressive episodes. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know anything about that. Based on what I read here, my opinion, this was a power move. Like this was done because your husband didn't want to go to this funeral. So there was an argument and he had a tantrum, not a panic attack, a tantrum to make sure that you weren't going to go. Because my history with panic attacks, it's like I get a little lightheaded. I struggle to breathe. I'm like gasping for air. I immediately break into a sweat. Like that's my types of panic attack. Never once have I gotten out of a car and ran down the fucking freeway screaming mid panic attack. Like if that's where the manic episodes come in, he needs a lot more help than what you and his fucking mammy can give him. He needs a hell of a lot more help. He needs to be talking to some ist on somebody's medication, because this shit is not okay. If he truly needs help, which I hope he does, because honestly, I want to be wrong. But I truly feel like this is a power move. Like this was not something that he was actually going through, because I just don't understand. And that could be it. That could truly be the problem. I don't understand. And honestly, I might just be ignorant in this. And I'm willing to take that. But I feel like this was just, he didn't want to go and he didn't want you to go. So he made sure that it didn't happen. Okay, so a few things that kind of stuck out to me in the story that makes me really wonder, because like I said, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong and say that he genuinely is having an issue. But the fact that this man was mid panic attack, but lucid conscious enough to tell you that you're going to resent me forever or we're going to be late, makes me feel like he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. The fact that you said you lied to your friends and family as to why you didn't make it to the funeral also makes me think it's a possibility that he's doing this shit on purpose. Because why would you lie for him? Why not just say, my husband had an issue. We had a problem. We had a medical issue that we needed to take care of. Why lie about it? Unless you feel like it's a possibility that he's doing it on purpose, or other people in your life have told you that it's a possibility he does this shit on purpose and you just don't want to hear it. So like I said, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so bad, but I truly feel like your husband did this shit on purpose. Am I the asshole for not helping my friend in a foreign country when I was the host and responsible for their well-being? What happened? What happened? I invited my college friends to come to my country to visit and tour my home city. We had a blast. An unwritten rule in my country, I'm potentially exposing myself for those of you who know, is that if you saw an old person, anyone really, but especially old people, on the street that fell, you should never, ever help them up. This is cemented by a historical case. A poor guy helped a random lady up on the street. She then turned around, accused the guy, and demanded compensation. The courts ruled in the old lady's favor because why would you help her if you didn't push her? We were on the streets when, you guessed it, we saw an old man on the ground. I quickly tried herding my friends away, but some of them wanted to go help, especially because they saw passerbys walking like the old man is invisible. I explained to them the story and how, as their host, I'm responsible for their well-being. Most of them got the point. One of my friends was still grumbling about how heartless I was. I thought I managed to get the group going. She ran back when I wasn't watching and decided to help the old man. What everyone expected to happen, happened. No, you're not the asshole. I literally told you why we're not going to go and do this. So if you went over to help and this man turned around and demanded something from you, you're SOL, bro. That's all on you. I tried to stop you, but you didn't want to fucking listen. You're in a country you know a goddamn fucking thing about, yet you want to go do some shit when someone is literally telling you the exact opposite. You're bad. It was a hassle. The old man claimed all sorts of made-up injuries and asked for about $1,400 USD. We had to call the police. They suggested we just paid the old man because he's old, or that we might need to open a case and that the old man would need to go to the doctor to get a checkup, which might get us larger fees because he seemed like the type that knows the doctor. See, that's fucking ridiculous. No, you're not wrong. I will leave your friend there to deal with that shit all by her fucking self because I told you to not do it, and I even told you fucking why. You chose to ignore me. The police seemed keen on not opening a case, even though it very much reached the monetary limit for one, making it very clear to my friend how much trouble it could cause her if they did. In the end, my friend caved to pressure and agreed to pay up. That's fucking stupid. Well, honestly, I mean, you dealt with that. You fucking dealt with that. The way I take my ass back to my motherfucking country and that old man would just be mad. Here's where I might be the asshole. She asked if we can all help with the money. No, absolutely not. Especially me, because she's not rich at all. She doesn't want to be penniless in a foreign country. Yet you wanted to be ignorant and ignore someone who lives in this foreign country and tried to tell you what the fuck not to do. Clearly you had some pennies you just weren't worried about that you wanted to fucking give away. She says she's not rich at all and doesn't want to be penniless in a foreign country, and that she's not familiar with the payment systems while I'm the host and I'm responsible for her. That only goes so far. As your host in a foreign country, my job is to make sure you got somewhere safe to sleep at night. You know where to get all the good food from the locals, and that you get from point A to point B safely without being scammed or anything. Bitch, if you decide to fall for the fucking scam, that's on you. That is on you, because as the host, OP did exactly what the fuck they were supposed to do. You guys don't do that. We're not going to go over there. Let's go over here. The reason we don't do that is A, B, and fucking C. No, this bitch decided I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do because you're heartless. Okay. Now you better figure out the payment systems out here, and you go into penniless in this foreign country, partner, because I don't know what to tell you. Like, you made this decision. As your host, it's not my job to deal with the consequences of your actions. No, ma'am. You fucked around and you found out. I refused, for myself and low-key for everyone else. When I said that I was responsible for your well-being, I was, but not for your stupidity. In the end, the old man took us to an ATM and she paid by herself. That's ridiculous, because I'm not paying anything. You mean to tell me that in your entire country, y'all don't have CCTV, but you got police that's willing to show up and tell you that you should just pay this man because he's old? I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. This is definitely a scam that is pulled on tourists, and you motherfuckers fall for it, because hell no, absolutely not. I'm not doing it. There was barely any money left in her account afterwards. I figured it should be fine because we were staying at my house, so she gets free breakfast and dinner, and she bought her return ticket beforehand. Many of the activities we planned, like visiting malls and parks, are free. She stayed holed up in my room the entire rest of the trip and refused to talk to any of us. Are you kidding? Only cryptic postings on her Instagram. I would have asked her to go home. They're all back home now, and the rest of my friends think it's not my fault. But her parents recently texted me to tell me how bad a host I was. So am I the asshole? Should I have helped her pay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What the fuck were you supposed to do? You seen the man on the ground just like her and every fucking body else. She decided, I'm not going to listen to you telling me about what happened in a country that I'm not from. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do, and ends up literally having to pay for it. But you're a bad host because you didn't help her pay for something you told her not to do. Okay. The only part of this that makes you the asshole is the fact that you allowed her to sit up in your bedroom posting cryptic shit on Instagram when I would have ever so not politely told her to get the fuck out and go home. Since you're so fucking mad, you're not enjoying the trip anyway, why are you still here? I need you to call your motherfucking mama and your daddy, since they feel so strongly about shit, get them to pay to change your ticket and go home. I know it sounds bad. But if this was to happen to me immediately, I'm going to fall the fuck out. Immediately, I'm going to crack my whole head on the ground. Because, bitch, did you just push me? You just pushed me. You just fucking pushed me. Now I'm suing for every fucking thing. We can stand here in the street all goddamn day and argue about this. So either you gonna pay me or you gonna just ignore the fact that I tried to help you. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna fucking do? This is why I stay home. This is why I don't go nowhere, because I don't have no chill and I don't know how to act around people who don't know how to act in public. Like, this is not okay. Hell no. But OP, you're still not the asshole. That girl's not your friend, and I need you to go ahead and cut ties, because all she's doing is going around her country, her home, lying and telling everybody that you did something that she had to fucking pay for. Fuck her and her punk ass parents.